talking about an interesting topic for discussion. And joining me for this discussion is
Blessing Machiavelli.
So why are you hitting the table like that?
And I'm used to be a host, and this time I find myself in an uncomfortable position in which so I'm co-hosting. At the same time I'm the guest. At the same time I'm asking you questions.
Guys, who's co-hosting?
Me, obviously.
Alright guys, today we're going to be talking about the stigma surrounding HIV and AIDS. And yes, mind you guys, this program or show is probably brought to you by Say What, of course, supported by SIDE and the Swedish Embassy in Zimbabwe.
Definitely.
Yeah, so since you're co-hosting, yeah? I'm not used to co-hosting. Like, they used to see me alone hosting.
You gotta get to it.
I hate competition.
Real?
Yeah.
This one is big.
You know me. You know me. So, Blessing, what are we talking about?
We are talking about HIV, at the same time living and loving with HIV, breaking the stigma. And the fundamental question is, would you date someone who's HIV positive?
Yeah, it's about us here.
Yeah, so sorry, down the time.
Oh, well, so I think that's a very interesting and hot discussion.
Are you going to date someone who's HIV positive?
Why are you rushing me?
Yeah, because Bvunzawabaya.
I'm just for teaser, guys.
It's a yes or a no thing, but
No, it's not a yes or no thing because I'm also entitled to give an explanation.
I'm smelling stigma right now. You are dodging a direct question.
Alright, Blessing.
Yes.
So guys, let me be serious for now.
Okay.
Definitely I would date somebody who's HIV positive.
Alright.
But I was asking my best friend this morning, the same question before we came here.
Yeah,
I was like, would you date somebody who's HIV positive? And she said no. But that's not stigma.
That's not stigma.
That's where I want to get at.
Okay.
Because I asked her the reason why she said she wouldn't date someone who's HIV positive. And she said, I prioritize my happiness, my peace of mind.
Okay.
And we've been preaching about mental health. And that's critical as well. So it's not stigma, but she's just choosing to prioritize her mental health over anything else.
Yeah, but I think there's mental health kind of let's take a scenario. Let's take a scenario kuti munhu akunyepera kuti they are not positive, they are negative, and eventually you find out kuti munhu ari positive. Hypothetically speaking, would you think acharijuza nyaya mental health like what you're saying? Would you think ataura chokwadi in the first place kuti?
Okay, so her answer was, you know what?
Yeah.
Even if I know which one is that you're HIV positive, but at the same time, to me, in the course of our marriage, because we're talking about commitments, in the course of our marriage, I'm constantly thinking, kuti, but hey, first. And also, I'm constantly judging, kuti, but just say.
But there are people who are born with it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, what are you saying about those people?
Well, for those people, it's fair and fine. But how do you know who Jarona?
But you know,
how am I certificated?
One thing people don't want to talk about is HIV is just maybe one round that I'm going to. Pamupesa was faithful. So
am I going round hero without protection?
Yeah, it's a big risk. What about someone who is negative, but they're very promiscuous? But they're negative.
I just STI look. Too much small. Yeah. But interesting conversation here.
Yeah.
And living and loving when we're talking about issues of HIV. It's very important that we discuss these things because
I'm actually happy we're having this conversation. Tisiri Kuchka and being open about it. In my case, I might have dated someone with HIV, but thanks to Say What, condoms have always been available. And when we talk about these issues,
every time you have sex, you will figure my job.
Yeah. I've been a peer educator and Makondo Manjugara, I don't know.
Safe sex always, guys. Safe sex.
Definitely. And I would also want to give a huge shout out to students at the University of Zimbabwe that graduated alive. It's a huge it's a huge achievement. Not just the degree.
Why use it? Stigma.
No, not stigma. I was going to talk about other universities.
Why did you start with use it?
Because Ndoga person graduated recently. If I'm lying. And the by use it, Japanese.
Chicken in one.
Real?
Make her creamy in.
And I
take her in bites.
I feel pressure for a guy by use it and they are broke. And mskana iye wari kudanana naye, my blesser and all that. Apana pressure by it.
A pressure is there.
Is there.
Hear it from me.
So,
it's fantastic.
Always managers.
Well, I'm a gone hand. Loved.
But off air or whatever, you don't do broke guys. Yeah. Ashtower, the dynamite. Can you elaborate on that?
Why do I need a broke guy? Because I'm not broke. My wallet is not here.
Okay, guys, let's talk about stigma. What's your understanding of stigma in relation to HIV?
Okay, so basically, before we go on to issues of stigma, I think they align with myths and misconceptions of people living and loving with HIV.
Yes.
So I just want to give a case study of where I come from after this. Okay, right. Anyways, pseudonyms. After this uncle of mine and this aunt of mine. So my uncle is HIV positive, but then my aunt is not. So I don't know it's much discordant couples.
Okay.
Discordant couple.
I don't know. You guys can say it.
It's the dynamite.
Yeah, that's it.
So they're discordant, right? So many times you hear people say, but how can somebody who is HIV positive and someone who's not be able to have kids and what you're gonna say, a healthy relationship, right? They've got kids and they're healthy and they are living a happy life.
Okay.
So it all starts with.
So when you say they are healthy, what do you mean?
Well,
isn't it stigma? Like when you say they are healthy, like they have kids, they are healthy. Isn't it stigma? I got you. Guys, we have to be careful of the way we express ourselves.
Okay, and also
they have kids, they are not HIV positive or they are negative. That's it. Healthy is broad.
No, I didn't mean healthy in terms of their status.
So what do you mean?
Healthy, you can be financially healthy.
That's stigma. Alright, elaborate.
Let's define health.
Physical, mental, social, emotional well-being of a person. So what are you talking about? What's like an emphasis? Kind of necessary. Okay, elaborate. I was following. Yeah.
So when we talk about the stigma, we need to start with the myths and the misconceptions that people have.
Definitely.
So let's just have a conversation first on that to say what are some of the myths and misconceptions that people have on people living with HIV.
Definitely. And like it's possible someone who's positive and negative, they can have, in quotes according to Dynamite, a healthy family, babies, etc. And so now after that happening, when these guys are giving each other conjugal services, for the lack of a better word,
sex.
Yeah. Sure. No,
it's sex,
Or sex.
Yeah.
So, do they protect? Because I'm lost, man.
Guys, I don't know. But anyway.
So,
okay, wait. So, alright, so when it comes to issues of HIV and AIDS, do you know that somebody can be HIV and AIDS positive, right? And then when they get tested, the results can appear negative.
Yeah, that's true. I know about that.
It's because in India, score.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
So I'm probably thinking that a person who takes their medication consistent and correctly, they are able now, even if they have sexual intercourse with somebody, they do not pass on
think we need a medical practitioner for this one. Guys, don't get me wrong. But
I know the fact that somebody can test. I think it's very important for people, also young people, to know that someone can test negative when they're actually positive.
Yeah, that's true.
Because many times,
but they can also spread.
They can spread, yes.
Mm.
Many times, and it to test for because say what you put.
But what place will test for?
It ain't the test for.
What place will test for?
I said usually.
That was yeah.
Okay, I got tested last week. Is it last week? We had a workshop at the University of Zimbabwe where we had the Minister of Youth. Actually, he didn't come. I don't know why Honorable Tino Machaka didn't show up, but then he sent a representative. And we're talking about AMA 2K and HIV-free generation. Because by universities, AMA 2000 was yeah, so I got tested.
You guys, okay.
You
guys, yeah, like the 2K generation.
Probably 2001. Okay. So I got tested there, and
but that was the feeling, like.
Test one on cheese. Serious.
Unochike azivunduka chatikwata unga unakaturika. You don't know deep sure.
Let's talk about myths and misconceptions.
Alright.
Okay, so you know back then Kudara, people would believe Kuti.
It's wrong. When did it back then Kudara
I'm not too gay, and my sisters and if you like kind of kashia cup nimun are HIV positive, and I feel like
times, yeah, it used to happen. During our times.
And there's an amount of saliva right now. It's
2 liters, yes, 2 liters. Of which I think it's impossible. Like kissing, she got 2 liters.
But actually,
like
as you're marinating your person, it's important.
Yeah, I think it's important, but
essential.
2 liters of saliva, my guy, it's a lot.
It's too much. But you didn't really explain to me, would you really date somebody who's HIV?
Yeah, as I was explaining, Nandi Kuti, probably no one because mama conversations we are afraid to personally and officially ask our partners that we are dating, are you this? I just put on a condom, and I love you. So when I say I love you, it means like ndokuda shauri. I think that's the implication and then so now you're in an uncomfortable position now. You could see sakawaka taste where you feel like I feel like that suspect or and all that. But now the other thing, because it's now tricky again, let's not put on a condom. And I'm submitting that this fundamental conversation. Let's get tested, what's our status like, and all that. No, it means ukaramba kusapeka condom. It means insinuate probably that person is infected. And at the same time, you need to take care of your health. So I'm saying there's always a predicament, a situation here, especially students in tertiary places. We know of semester marriages happening, especially on Anogaramasim. So it's a conversation that everybody who is watching, what's your thought about it? Someone I don't want to put on a condom. Since you love me and you have not genuinely had this conversation, I don't know what's your thought.
I'm sorry to say this, but hey, this is real. These are issues.
She's not snitching.
Yeah.
Tara.
And it's sweet.
Wow, I didn't hear it.
So I feel like yeah, no, no, yeah, when you're talking about Nyanzima clubs, I was trying to Google the other day, we're talking about Vuzu parties, right? And we're also talking about just general parties, with college, that's the vibe. College is, that's the
I think
vibe.
you were a freshman link up, real.
I didn't go to
I was going to give
So when we're talking about these issues, I ended up with party at Dakwa. And when we go to my side, there's 102, and you should kind of have part one, and you get to a point whereby you can't, you're vulnerable.
Definitely.
And then, Twitter, 6.
Yeah, that's true.
And then my test, wait, 6, you're not even sure, but this person, I can taste really kind of. And who call it, would call it a quickie, a
2K generation.
And it doesn't even mean my party change. We're not talking about my lecturers, right? My lecturer who put students at vulnerable positions, right? Which lecturer rather than you. But who pass it, who graduated, lecturer who something.
Which is
and
then for a month.
Exactly. And does he want to use a condom? And how do you know that the lecturer,
power dynamics there.
the lecturer is not HIV positive? So those are some of the people that some of the things that affect young people that we need to really talk about and address. It's not all about loving an HIV positive person, but it's also about the people that are living with HIV positive. They are also taking advantage of other people.
Yeah. And just following the story on Waruta Rekma Party, I think Sewa has been doing a lot. We can talk about PEP, we can talk about PrEP, we can talk about the 577 psychosocial support. That is guaranteed. It's a conversation you might not find it very fruitful right now, but when you're in the situation, you start to think of my conversations at Twitter right now, kuti zvatoitika, and you have to accept kuti zvaitika. And you have to get in touch with, say what, 577. You can get PEP. What's PEP though?
Okay, so PEP is pre-exposure prophylaxis.
And how does it work?
Then PEP is post-exposure prophylaxis. So post-exposure prophylaxis, iwewe. Mana iwewe. Waiter is a waiter, right?
I know, just waiter and so.
Okay, you've had sex with somebody that's because you might not know. Alright, later name tight.
Yeah, it's okay.
Tight as a data. And probably I'm suspecting that you are HIV positive.
Okay.
So what I just do is no
matter. Suspect any.
Say what call center. Keep happy. I call say what call center. And they refer me. Cheko pandinopiwa PEP.
Yeah, that's
so PEP ndo ya unotora. After wafungidzira kuti abati nini ndinenge ndapinda kusini.
That's true.
Right.
And let's talk about now munazoziya kuti probably adarikizama hours 72 and they got to receive the message kuti they are positive. Let's talk about the counseling part of it. Let's talk about the accepting part of it. And let's talk about the society, the community. Probably you're afraid of maybe backlash. Kutoudza mama kumba.
But
I think it's a conversation with parents and their children need to have.
There's always a way, blessing.
Okay.
So it's not easy. You know what? It's not.
Those are your language, man. Your language. You want to sound humble, and that's those are.
I'm a social worker, blessing.
Okay.
So we do offer.
You're aspiring social worker. Okay.
I want to tell that drama. You don't see.
All right.
So it's not easy.
Yeah.
Why? Because the society where we are coming from. As more we get HIV positive, but we'd like to appreciate the likes of Anamaititi, the likes of but for coming out, but you know what, I'm living with HIV, that's what's up, and I'm okay, right? So I feel like the society needs to accept kuti zviriko.
Yeah, really.
Apana.
No doubt. Yeah, respect. And, you know, I think it's all about the society. If the society show love.
Yeah, and who is the society? The society is you and me.
Definitely.
So the moments that we accept kuti there are people who are HIV positive, they are the same as me. Then if we accept that, we embrace that, then we live in harmony.
Yeah,
we create a society. Those people need love.
Yeah, because I don't think kuti munhu banenge achifamba paforeign panenge HIV positive.
But we would like to appreciate the coming in of medicines and stuff.
Yes.
Because right now you can't even tell.
I told him,
but I wasn't there. But anyways, but I think the other thing is just making sure that you're correctly and consistently taking your medication if you're HIV positive.
That's true.
And when it comes to loving, let's be honest with each other. From the word go, so that as well, I'm now evaluating myself, introspecting would I want to be in a commitment with somebody who's HIV positive.
Yes, yes.
And also the
and
society.
we've both agreed to would be with that.
And you will, yeah, you tell me one
no,
even who suspect.
So, as stigma now,
discrimination. So I think also we can talk about education. It's important that we educate the society, that's people. When we're talking about AIDS, when we're talking about HIV, it doesn't limit a person. It doesn't mean if you're HIV positive, you cannot reach whatever goal that you have set in your life. So we need to educate the society to embrace, to love one, sexual act, regardless of what they have been through. But guys, assume we have unprotected sex so that at the end of the day, to know what our society is. It's not like that. So these are some of the things that we need to discuss.
And the first thing I think also is abstinence.
Hey guys,
it's abstinence in bold. Abstinence.
But
I know with your nyama. That's why what so kana nyama tawuzongoti condomize.
You no abstain.
I'm a sworn celibate.
You're a sworn celibate.
Yeah, like officially, ndotozikama utoti andiite mabasa iwawo. Yeah.
It's okay. It's okay. We're not going to judge you. But guys, the topic is living and loving, and we're talking about the stigma surrounding HIV and AIDS in the societies that we are in. And as young people, it's very important that we discuss these things. It's very important to get changed out. Which cannot change what's going on in the call center, because they're there to assist you and help you. And at the end of the day, we want to break the stigma. Yes, guys, thank you so much for tuning in the Orange Hub podcast. We give it to you every time, and next time we're going to be having a hot, interesting topic. Guys, love without sex, love with sex. But you don't need to have sex.
I was not sports,
Very true.
So guys, continue subscribing, liking on our Facebook page, everywhere. Say what, please. Just go like, engage us in the comment section. That was all my views, my opinions. I remain yours truly, Blessing Makafeli.
Yes, and please do get in touch with us on our toll free number, that is 577 for psychosocial support, SRHS solutions, and child protection services. So from me, the Dynamite, and the crew behind the scenes, guys, see you next time.